Hello, from the belly of the beast. Howdy, partner. Pull up a chair, grab a snack, well, maybe not a spicy one, and let me tell you a story that starts deep in your gut. No, not the follow your heart kind of gut. I'm talking the biological war zone right beneath your ribs. You see, inside your stomach, yes, that thing that grumbles every time you pass by a Taco Bell. There could be a microscopic outlaw living rent-free. He's sneaky, he's slippery, and he's got a name that sounds like a Wi-Fi password, Helicobacter pylori. Or, if you're into keeping things casual, just call him H. pylori, HP for short, no relation to the printer. Now don't let that fancy Latin name fool you. This little spiral-shaped punk isn't here to file your taxes or help with your digestion. Oh no. HP is the type of bacteria that rolls into your stomach like it owns the joint, kicks over your acid balance, throws a wild party, and leaves behind ulcers like confetti. Still with me? Good, because things are about to get juicy. In the coming chapters, I'll take you on a journey that includes the drama of how HP invades your stomach like a tiny ninja, a love-hate relationship with stomach acid, real-life stats showing just how many Americans are hosting this unwanted guest each year. Spoiler, it's a lot. Like, you probably know someone a lot. And finally, how the heck you kick this little bugger out before he wrecks the whole neighborhood. But for now, just know this. While you're sitting there all comfy, sipping your coffee or doom-scrolling TikTok, HP might be throwing a keg party in your gut. See you in part 2. The tiny terror that hates acid but lives in it anyway, where we dive into how HP survives in a stomach that's basically a boiling vat of battery acid. Part 2. The tiny terror that hates acid but lives in it anyway. Now I know what you're thinking. Wait, hold up. HP lives in stomach acid? That's like living in a volcano filled with hot sauce and battery fluid. Exactly. It shouldn't make sense. But welcome to the wonderful world of biology, where logic goes to die. You see, your stomach isn't just a mushy meat bag that churns up cheeseburgers, it's a literal acid tank. I'm talking pH 1 to 3, that's just shy of melt-your-face-off territory. Most bacteria wouldn't last 2 seconds in there, but HP? Oh no. HP shows up in a leather jacket, lights a cigarette, and says, "Sup, acid. Mind if I crash here for, like, ever?" The sciencey bit, but still fun promise. H. pylori has a trick up its microscopic sleeve. It produces an enzyme called urease, which breaks down urea. Yeah, that stuff in pee, but also naturally found in your stomach, into ammonia. Ammonia, my friend, is alkaline. And what happens when you mix acid with base? Boom. Instant chemical Airbnb. HP creates a tiny protective cloud of ammonia around itself, like it's throwing up a biological force field. It's basically the bacteria version of building a pillow fort in the middle of a hurricane. Cozy, genius, and absolutely infuriating. And that spiral shape? Not just for show. HP is spiral-shaped, like a little bacterial corkscrew. And what does a corkscrew do best? That's right. Drill into things. This thing literally corkscrews its way through your stomach's mucus layer like it's digging a tunnel to the VIP section, where acid can't touch it. It's small. It's smart. It's got tools. Honestly, if it weren't wrecking your digestive system, it'd be kind of impressive. But things are just heating up. In part 3, the ulcer maker, when HP throws a house party, we'll explore how this tiny freeloader turns your stomach lining into a frat house, throws a rager, and leaves you with heartburn, pain, and sometimes, if it's feeling extra, even cancer risk. Part 3. The ulcer maker, when HP throws a house party. Picture this. You've got a nice, peaceful stomach. Things are quiet. Digestion is going well. You just had some tacos. Life's good. Then suddenly, bam. H. pylori shows up like an uninvited frat bro with a six-pack of destruction and no respect for your personal space. Yo, let's tear this place up. Welcome to the mucosal mayhem. Your stomach lining is coated with a mucus layer, which is basically its security system. Soft, slippery, and protective. It keeps that acid, remember the lava sauce, from burning holes in your own tissues. Kind of important, right? Well, HP takes one look at that beautiful mucus and goes, "Sweet. I'm gonna live here, and also, wreck it." Once it drills into the mucus layer with its twisty little body, it starts releasing toxins and inflammation signals like it's the 4th of July. Your immune system shows up to fight back. But guess what? HP is tucked in too deep. Your immune cells can't reach it easily, so they just fire blindly. Imagine trying to stop a cockroach infestation by burning down your kitchen. Yeah, not ideal. The ulcer effect. As the war rages on, that precious mucus barrier, it's getting thinner than grandma's patience when you don't call her back. Eventually, acid starts sneaking through, and boom, ulcers. These aren't just owie spots. These are actual open sores in your stomach or the upper part of your small intestine, and they hurt. We're talking burning, nausea, vomiting, why does my stomach hate me levels of discomfort. And here's the kicker. HP can cause up to 90% of all duodenal ulcers and about 80% of gastric ulcers. Yeah, it's not just a guest. It's a wrecking ball. Bonus nightmare, cancer. In some unlucky folks, HP hangs around long enough to cause chronic inflammation that may lead to gastric cancer. That's right, this party gets real dark if you let it go on too long. So to recap, HP sneaks in. HP poisons the place. Your immune system freaks out. Your stomach lining breaks down. Ulcers form. And in some rare cases, boom, cancer. This isn't just a bad guest. This is the worst Airbnb review of all time. Next up, it's time to get nerdy. In Part 4, how many Americans are infected? The gross numbers. We'll see how many people in the US are secretly harboring this microbial menace, and why most of them have no idea. Part 4, how many Americans are infected? The gross numbers. So you've learned that H. pylori is basically a microscopic maniac throwing Molotovs at your stomach lining. But here's the million-dollar question. Wait a sec. How common is this? Like, should I be worried? Should I disinfect my burrito? Great questions. Grab a seat and maybe hold off on that burrito just for a minute. The shocking stats drum roll, please. About 30% to 40% of the US population is infected with H. pylori. That's right. We're talking over 100 million people walking around America with a tiny gastric gremlin living inside them. And here's the real kicker. Most of them don't even know it. It's the most popular thing in America you've never heard of. Like Taylor Swift, but microscopic and malicious. Breakdown by age? Oh, it gets weirder. Older adults, especially over 60? Infection rates can be 50% or higher. Kids and teens? Much lower, closer to 10 to 20%, thanks to modern hygiene and antibiotics. New immigrants from countries with higher rates? Infection levels can be 60% or more. Basically, the longer you've been alive or the more time you've spent in places with lower sanitation access growing up, the higher your odds that HP's been your unwanted roomie at some point. Why so many people don't know? Because HP is a sneaky little sucker. You can have it for years, even decades, with zero symptoms. It's like a ninja with a PhD in stealth. But when it does show up to party, you might feel burning stomach pain, bloating nausea, vomiting, loss of appetite, or worst case, ulcers and bleeding. And guess what? Most people just think it's indigestion, stress, or that 4th slice of greasy pizza. They pop antacids and go on with their lives, while HP cackles in the background like a Bond villain. HP in America versus the world. Just for comparison. In the US, around 30 to 40% are infected. In developing countries, that jumps to 70 to 90% in some areas. Worldwide, H. pylori infects more than half the global population. Yes, you read that right. Over 4 billion people might be walking around with this microbe messing with their stomachs. Coming up in Part 5, catching the culprit How Doctors Hunt HP. We'll dive into how medical pros find this microscopic troublemaker using tests that range from breath-sniffing sci-fi to poop. Yeah, there's poop. Part 5. Catching the Culprit. How Doctors Hunt HP. All right, folks. You've got mystery stomach pain. You're bloated, nauseous. Maybe you're belching so much people think you swallowed a trumpet. Your doctor leans in and says, "Let's check for H. pylori." Now, this is where things get CSI, digestive tract. Because finding HP isn't like spotting a jelly bean in a jar. Nope. This bug knows how to hide, so doctors have to use spy-level diagnostics to track it down. Let's break down your options. 1. The breath test, aka sniffing out the suspect. This one sounds fake, but it's very real and kind of amazing. You drink a liquid containing urea. Don't worry, it's safe. This ain't fear factor. And if HP is in your stomach, it breaks the urea down into carbon dioxide using its favorite enzyme, urease. That carbon dioxide? It floats into your lungs and comes out when you exhale. The machine sniffs your breath and says, "Yep, this guy's got bacteria farts. Non-invasive, fast, and pretty accurate." 2. The stool antigen test, aka the poop scoop. Listen, nobody loves poop tests, not even your doctor. But if you want to find HP without getting poked or scoped, this is a solid choice. Your sample gets checked for HP antigens, basically little bacterial fingerprints in your poop. It's accurate, it's cheap, it's just, well, it's poop. Easy to do at home. Gross factor, moderate to high. 3. The blood test, aka the lazy detective. This one's kind of falling out of favor, but hey, it still shows up now and then. It checks for antibodies to HP in your blood, which tells your doc whether you've ever had HP. The problem? You might have kicked the bacteria out years ago and the antibodies are still hanging around like ghost party guests. Quick, but not great at knowing if the bug is still active. 4. Endoscopy plus biopsy, aka going in hot. This is the big leagues. Your doc sends a camera down your throat, takes a look around like a stomach safari, and snips a tiny piece of tissue from your stomach lining for testing. Fancy, director, super accurate. Also, involves anesthesia, involves a tube down your throat, involves possibly seeing your own insides on a TV screen, which is either really cool or a total nightmare depending on your vibe. Gold standard, but definitely not a casual Tuesday afternoon. So there you have it, the toolkit for hunting Helicobacter. Your doctor's job, find the freeloader. Your job, try not to panic when they say, "We need a stool sample." Next up in the grand finale, Part 6, Eviction Notice, how to kick HP out and keep him out. We'll talk antibiotics, side effects, and what it takes to finally show this microbial menace the door. Part 6, Eviction Notice, how to kick HP out and keep him out. All right. So you've found the little troublemaker living in your stomach rent-free. H. pylori's been partying, torching your gut lining, leaving ulcer-shaped holes in your schedule. And you're done. You want it out. So how do we do it? You can't exactly text it, "Hey bro, can you move out by Sunday?" Nope. This is a full-scale microbial eviction, and it's gonna take drugs, determination, and possibly some yogurt. Meet the dream team, triple therapy. Back in the day, doctors cooked up a cure so powerful it sounds like a medication cocktail at a pharmacy nightclub. It's called triple therapy. Cue dramatic music. This usually includes 2 antibiotics to tag team the bacteria and reduce the chance of resistance. Most commonly, clarithromycin, amoxicillin, or metronidazole. 1 acid reducer, a PPI, like omeprazole, to reduce stomach acid and help antibiotics do their job better. Take these together for 10 to 14 days and, if the stars align, HP is gone. Bye-bye, bacterial squatters. Wait, it gets trickier. Resistance is real. Unfortunately, H. pylori doesn't go down without a fight. Over the years, this little punk has learned to dodge some of our antibiotics like it's Neo from the Matrix. Studies now show antibiotic resistance is rising, especially to clarithromycin and metronidazole. So sometimes your doctor will go, yeah, triple therapy's good, but we're going nuclear. Quadruple therapy, aka, we're not messing around. This version adds a fourth weapon, usually bismuth subsalicylate, yep, like Pepto-Bismol, and rotates in other antibiotic combos to catch HP off guard. Is it annoying? Yes. Does it involve popping pills like a grandma at bingo night? Also, yes. But it works. Side effects? Oh yeah, they're real. We're talking metallic taste in your mouth, diarrhea, nausea, appetite changes, questioning your life choices around day 6. But hang in there. The key is completing the treatment. If you bail early, HP laughs in your face, high-fives its spiral-shaped buddies, and comes back stronger. Did it work? Follow-up time. After treatment, your doctor will want to double-check you kicked HP to the curb. This happens about 4 weeks after antibiotics end, using either A, breath test. Stool antigen test, blood tests, don't cut it here. They'll still show antibodies even if the bacteria's long gone. Like still seeing your ex's stuff on your Netflix account. Can you prevent it? Kinda sorta. Wash your hands, seriously. HP spreads through poop particles. Drink clean water. Avoid sharing utensils with someone you suspect has HP, this ain't Lady and the Tramp. Eat a healthy diet. Some evidence says broccoli and green tea may help, but don't go full rabbit. And if you've had HP once, keep an eye on symptoms. Recurrence is rare, but possible. Final thoughts. So there you have it, folks. You've met the gut's worst party crasher, learned how it survives molten acid, watched it throw a stomach-ripping rager, seen how many people unknowingly host it, followed the CSI trail of diagnosis, and now taken the cure to finally shut that party down. H. pylori may be a microbial menace. But now, you're the sheriff of Stomach Town. Thanks for joining me on this weird, slightly gross, and totally educational ride through the wild world of H. pylori. If you liked this story, share it with someone who thinks gut health is just a yogurt commercial. Hee